Good afternoon. This is Brad from AA Shop Marketing and your host of the Garage Grit podcast. And I'm here just to kind of give you a quick summary of the most recent podcast that was pushed up on our Spotify and YouTube channels, or wherever you get your podcasts, actually. And the panel was shop owners who have a collision center and a repair shop, mechanical repair shop under the same roof, right? So two businesses, one roof. And this particular one was featuring Greg and Gina from Metric Motors and Shanley from Austin Spencer Collision. All right, so welcome back. If you're joining us here live, drop your shop's name and your location in the comments, and we'll see where our community is actually reaching and where you're tuning in from. Now, just as your weekly reminder, I'm not a coach. I'm not telling you how to run your shops, but I am trying to help as many shops as possible by sharing ideas from other shop owners through the podcast. I am a digital marketing guy. That's what AA Shop Marketing is doing for auto repair shops exclusively. So if you're trying to tell your story, grow your reach, connect with the right customers, then that's AA Shop Marketing and the Garage Grit Project. It's all about, for both of us, it's real shop owners, real lessons, real impact, and helping you grow your shop. So in our latest, we're diving into the Garage Grit podcast panel featuring Greg and Gina from Metric Motors, which it was about an hour north of the city, as well as Shanley from Austin Spencer Collision in Rochester, New York. Now, you just heard New York twice, but those who are familiar with the map know that those are on the just so far and other ends of the spectrum. It's fascinating to hear them talk about how those who are in New York City, it's only an hour or so north in Holmes, New York, but it's as if it's a whole different world. And yet that's also a whole different world from Rochester, New York. So, but they shared their gritty experiences running both mechanical and collision services with lessons for any shop owner. And we're going to unpack some of their strategies today, as they did in the entire podcast, from navigating insurance battles to fighting township red tape. And we're going to talk about how that applies to your shop as well. Now, a quick note, local politics like zoning laws and regulations are hitting shops hard. If you face municipality headaches, drop your story in the comments. Let's swap ideas, solutions. I want to hear your stories. I want you to reach out and I want to learn about what barriers you faced and how you actually dealt with it. But for this episode, let's grab a coffee and dive into this game-changing episode. Our latest panel, as I said, was recorded in July of 2025, was brought together. We brought Gina and Greg from Metric Motors and Shanley from Austin Spencer Collision to talk about the duality of the collision and the mechanical repair under one roof. Metric Motors, 50 years in mechanical and 10 bay handling 40 to 60 cars daily. Added collision just 4 years ago with 6 bays. Gina's dad, Greg, a former Ferrari restorer. Say that fast, huh? Former Ferrari restorer. And her mom run a family-oriented shop with a shop foreman and a lead diagnostic tech ensuring quality. They stick to the pen and paper systems that they have to avoid digital bottlenecks, keeping their high volume operation tight. But they, too, were battling over township's public issues, possible corruption, over fake environmental issues like Lester loam soil, costing them costing them their expansion dreams. And again, if you've had issues with your local government, I really post them here in this Facebook group, but reach out to me. I want to hear from you. I'm calling on all shops that are being impeded by the government. How about that? So Shanley shop, Austin Spencer Collision, has ran mechanical and collision since 1982, of course, with 16 bays split between the both. She jumped in during COVID, learning the collision through the insurance calls and her dad's guidance. They also use CCC1 for estimating, but they keep mechanical and collision workflows separate to manage their customer expectations, especially when insurance companies are steering their customers elsewhere. Shanley's team checks vehicles for collision damage during mechanical visits and turning repair customers into potential collision clients. Both shops treat the mechanical and collision as separate businesses under one roof for efficiency. Gina staples $100 deductible coupons to receipts, while Shanley's team details collision vehicles driving in repeat business. So they're not just fixing cars, they're building trust and running smart operations. How do you manage multiple services in your shop? Maybe it's not collision and repair. Maybe it's detailing and repair, or maybe it's detailing and collision as two separate businesses. I want to hear your setup. I want to hear your challenges. Drop them in the comments. Let's swap ideas so that we can help each other develop our operations in your develop your operations in your community. So then during this podcast, we talked about the insurance challenges and how to have those conversations with the customer to build customer trust. The insurance companies often steer customers to preferred shops, leaving them unaware that the customer actually does have a choice. Her team educates clients up front. If you call your insurance, here's what they're going to say, but you do have options. Now, this transparency builds loyalty, especially when handling complex claims involving ADAS calibrations, which can inflate costs dramatically. Shanley's shop uses a cloud-based system like a shoploaner.com. Wait, I think I had that backwards. I believe it was Metric Motors that uses shoploaner.com, and Shanley was excited to hear about it. Maybe I have that backwards. Maybe we both have to rewatch that episode of the Garage Grit podcast. But shoploaner.com was featured talking about loaner car agreements to protect from liability with clear contracts, and it was worth. They both expressed it sounds like it was worth looking into. At Metric Motors, the adjusters call their rates outrageous sometimes, despite fair pricing specialized for work on European cars, specifically for calibrations. They counter by offering lean estimates for out-of-pocket repairs, though many customers out-of-pocket pocket insurance payouts instead of fixing cars. Oh, that's interesting. So to convert customers to collision, they use postcards and coupons reminding clients that they do collision as well. Come to us if you're in a crash. Both shops detail collision vehicles before return, a small touch that drives the repeat business. I've always wondered why that's not it sounds nice that it's an extra thing that they just kind of do, but I wondered, especially on the repair side, how often, if you're running a detail shop, how often you could potentially charge extra for, even if it's just a small extra for a touch-up cleaning. I don't know. There's could be challenges with that, but it might be an opportunity if it's managed correctly as well. But what is your trick for winning back customers? And what is your trick for navigating the insurance pushback if you're running a collision shop? Drop your strategies in comments and let's keep those clients coming, right? The panel then revealed how team culture and local politics shape these dual service shops. At Metric Motors, Gina and Greg foster a family-like environment with long-term staff like their 40-year lead tech and shop foreman. They host golf outings, Christmas parties, and build these bonds even across the two separate businesses, right? The mechanics and the body techs. The technicians and the body techs are all coming together. Greg explained their unique system. Our foreman and the diagnostic tech check all the work for repeatability. It's as if one person did it all. This ensures the same quality across all 40 to 60 daily cars. Shanley's shop, Austin Spencer Collision, also family run, keeps mechanical and collision separate to avoid front office confusion. Her team, including lifelong staff, her cousin's husband, hangs out after hours at beach bars or shop events, and they create that tight knit vibe. She noted that it's a small family shop, and you become close. Both shops face township pushback. Gina and Greg's town uses potentially bolstered up claims of wetlands to block expansion. And that could potentially cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. So they're exploring other options, but they're concerned about alienating customers who also oppose the growth. Um, Run mechanical inclusion as separate businesses. That's an interesting approach. It seems to, but also empowering the team with trust and work, and still bringing them together to create that total family-like attitude and atmosphere. If you need help standing out, AA Shop Marketing crafts targeted campaigns to boost your Google reviews and your social presence. You can learn more at aashopmarketing.com, and let's actually help you outpace your local competition, because we only work with one shop in each market. Okay. Uh, I'm wondering how you are building team culture. We've talked about that on past episodes of the podcast. I'm curious to hear two different things. How are you building team culture? And have you gotten ideas on how to develop your team culture from past episodes of the podcast? There's a podcast coming up, an origin and impact story, another collision and repair shop under one roof, and he has a little bit of a different approach from Gina and Shanley's approach. But well, you're going to want to hear it. It's going to be, I think it's scheduled for this coming Tuesday, and so check that out. It's worth the look. All right, that's a wrap for today. Thank you for your time, and thank you to Gina, Greg, and Shanley. Shanley, to show us how to balance that dual services, win customer trust, and fight local battles with grit. I think their stories could be a roadmap for any shop owner looking to grow smarter. And as I mentioned, if you want to hear a different perspective, tune into the next podcast that's coming out. Ready to amplify your shop story? Head over to aashopmarketing.com for digital marketing solutions that's going to fill your bays with the right customers. We're talking about clicks. We're talking about calls. We're talking about the right customers. Feel free to drop your best takeaway from the panel in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going or get it started. This Garage Grit podcast community is about connecting you with other shop owners to have casual conversations, not to be a resource library when you need it, but to actually be involved in a community of such. The next episode is an origin impact episode, as I mentioned. And so check that out. If you have somebody that you think would benefit from the podcast, by all means, please share it. Like, subscribe, and share, please. And let's keep finding ways to keep your shop thriving. Again, I'm Brad Herlock. This is the Garage Grit Live, and I will see you soon. Keep grinding, keep leading.